Watch who?
Hello,
Hello.
and welcome to Watch Who, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm Mark.
I'm Sarah.
The beast and his armies shall rise from the pit to make war against God. And I'm a Doctor Who fan,
And I'm new to watching Who.
watching for the very first time.
Very first time.
That's my favourite bit of that Ood saying that.
I can't remember what he says afterwards. He says something like, oh, sorry, I mean red sauce or something like that, doesn't he?
Yes, yeah. Welcome everyone. We're talking about the Impossible Planet and the Satan Pit this week. Recording time, we literally did the Idiot's Lantern like yesterday.
Yeah. It's because I'm about to go away again, so we're trying to get them in so you guys don't get behind.
So not that many updates from yesterday, although I booked my photo with Billy Piper.
Oh.
So I'm going to go to, maybe by the time this comes out, it might have already been. So
No.
it's Comic-Con Wales, and I've never been to one of those before, so I don't know the quality of the photographer particularly. But I feel like, especially as we've been doing these stories, never met Billy Piper, never had a photo. A lot of the new series ones, because they've just been so expensive. And, you know, it's only the last few years they've been doing conventions quite regularly. Before it's been like, you know, the more new series Doctors and Companions are more over in America doing stuff. Yeah, I'm quite excited about that.
Who else is going to be there?
So there's Misha Collins from Supernatural, Lawrence Fishburne, I think he's from The Matrix. To be honest, I've not heard of many of them. Oh, Michelle Gomez, Ricky Tomlinson, Ralph Little, Spencer Grammer. There's a picture of a cartoon lady next to her, so I'm guessing she's like, oh, what are they called? Rick and Morty. Are they Rick and Morty? Ian Cardone and Harry Belden. I don't know any of these. I do not know any of these
Unless you're
people.
going for Billy Piper.
So I'm just going to go for Billy Piper. She's 50 quid, so it'll be an expensive, bad photo. If not, I mean, I'd love to get an autograph as well, but that's 50 quid as well. So I'm going to just get the photo. I think it's worth seeing Billy Piper, especially as we're watching all her episodes at the moment.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time. So I'm excited about that, everyone. So watch this space for Billy Piper photo. I might also get a jumper with Billy on it, her pop star logo.
Oh, really?
I was looking at jumpers the other day on Redbubble. You can get it like Billy. So I hope that doesn't upset her if I remind her of her music career, but I'm sure it won't. So that's all really. That's what's going on.
I'm sure that she'll be up for it. I'm sure she'll be fine with it.
Yeah, I think she is. I think she will be. Should we talk about today's episode? Because we've got a two-parter to get through.
Yeah, we've got two to get through.
Impossible Planet, Satan Pit. Fan favourites, I'm going to say.
I can imagine that.
I don't know what you think about these.
Oh, no, I enjoyed it. There's just a lot to talk about. They're very... Oh.
Well, let's start off with where I watched these. I was at university watching these because these have a specific memory. It was a really hot summer, those ones. And I think part one was the first time I ever used iPlayer because it was very new around that time.
Okay.
I must have been out or something the day before, and I remember watching it the next day on my computer in my room and being like, wow, I'm watching Doctor Who on the computer, on the internet. It was very early days for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I was thinking my computer was going to overheat. And then part two is always in my mind of, I don't even know where this is, Knapp Hill School Fate. So I was at uni in High Wycombe and it was around that, you know, this time, end of term. I think I probably stayed on a little bit longer. And me and my housemate, we were like, we'd just get the bus around, you know, Buckinghamshire. We'd go out. Reading wasn't too far, it was like a bus ride away. So we go out. Anyway, I think we were on the bus to Reading one day and we went through this little village, Knapp Hill, in Buckinghamshire. You know, it's all like green valleys. It's literally like one load of houses and like a local school. And there was a sign and it said School Fate this Saturday. And I was like, oh my God, let's go to the fate. There's going to be a jumble sale. Because in my mind, School Fates, when I was a primary school kid, was like the most amazing things. There was like loads of stuff. But we were like more adult now. Anyway, we went and there was this amazing jumble sale. I bought a load of books. My friend, she bought like a big like a black puff thing
Oh
for
right,
like
yeah, yeah.
50p. We bought loads of stuff, boiling hot day, and I remember then we had to get it all on the bus to the way home. There was amazing burgers. We sat there and had burgers and just watched like I think we were the only people not associated with this primary school, like parents or
Awesome.
kids. Brilliant burgers. And then we went back and watched Satan Pit.
Right. What a day.
But Nap Hill does a great school fete, I'm just saying. I got Jerry Halliwell's book for like 50p as well. Bargains. Bargains.
Bargains galore.
What are your initial thoughts going into this then?
I really enjoyed it. It's a really interesting story. I mean, it does. I mean, look, we've had Satan stories before. This isn't new in Doctor Who. Dealing with like religion and faith, that was quite interesting. And black holes.
Yes.
It's really hard to like break them down as two stories, but there's so much goes on.
It feels a little bit classic to me,
Yeah.
like a base. You got your team of people. Some of them get, picked off one by
It feels
one.
like an updated version, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
It feels like a new story, but I think the origins of it, I get exactly what you mean by that.
Yeah. Okay, we'll start at the beginning. The pre-title sequence, my favourite pre-titles. That whole "we must feed," and then it's
brilliant. Also, the Ood are a fantastic creature. First time, obviously, I've seen them.
I totally forgot that they come in this series. They're one of those more iconic monsters from the new series. They are up there as like
They are
a
brilliant.
newer,
Like
a newer
brilliant
one.
design. Just like the head, the way they communicate, just brilliant.
And like kids can emulate it by like sticking spaghetti in their mouth or like sweets and stuff. It's that's a good sign of a good monster.
They're
You just need like a ball and some spaghetti and you're done.
a ball and some spaghetti, yes. Look like a bit of an octopus. Like, no, they're brilliant. I enjoyed the sort of ethics of them as well.
Well, yeah, they're a slave race.
Because obviously when they do turn into the bad guy, but they're not the bad guy, but they turn into the bad guy. Do you know what I mean?
Well, they're like vessels, aren't they? They're used.
Yeah, they're the vessels for the bad guy and how they're treated, and it's just really interesting.
It sets up a whole world. Like we're way far in the future.
Yeah.
But I like how New Who, and we've seen it a little bit before, they don't go like classic would, like it's all like white surfaces and shiny foil and all that. It's all the future in New Who is always this like dirty, everyone's sort of in jeans.
It's
more,
feels very sort of Red Dwarfy actually.
That's it, yeah. It's a bit more
like
like
in
that.
Red Dwarf, they go on something and it's sort of like grungy and dirty and unkept. Like they've been on that ship for a long time and everything's a little bit like an oil rig that's been at sea for a long time.
That's what it is, essentially, yeah. And they're stuck out here in space for a long time, yeah. But that pre-titles, it's like an end of part one, but in literally the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's a great start. It's a really good start. It's like a cliffhanger in itself.
Yeah, straight away. And then we meet our crew, and it's quite nice. They're a nice crew with no dickhead captains here. No one being like you're like the Doctor and Rose are immediately sort of part of the.
Yeah, you're into a disaster straight away. Not a disaster, but like, well, you are actually because within the first not even 10 minutes, you meet the Ood. We have a title sequence. They've lost part of the station, and that's where the TARDIS is.
Again, another classic thing. Separated, you're stuck there. No TARDIS, no way of escape.
Also, I did have a moment where I had to stop and like classic situation. Doctor's all jokey, la la la. TARDIS goes, no, he takes it serious.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and later on as well, when he's in part two, Rose is up there now. I've got to like get her. Yeah, of course. So let's just talk about the crew a minute. So the crew that we meet, I'll get their names up. Great actors, actually. Some of these.
All really strong.
Just to highlight, so actually Ida, played by Claire Rushbrook, one of the list of actors that has worked with the Spice Girls and been in Doctor Who. She is in Spice World the movie, everyone, as their PA throughout. Absolutely brilliant. And she was also in the last Spider-Man film I watched, Spider-Man, the one where he goes to Italy.
Okay.
And she's working for Jake Gyllenhaal. She's the one like ironing his cape She's
Lovely.
putting on an American accent, so she's done it all. She has lived the dream. The guy that plays the security, so you got Danny Webb, who's the security guy, and oh no, sorry, Mr. Jefferson. Yeah, Danny Webb is Mr. Jefferson, and then there's Danny, the ooze guy. They have both been in. I will just recommend the series Cutting It with Amanda Holden and Sarah Parish. Hairdressers at Love and War, brilliant series. They're both in that. I
Okay.
recognise them from that. And Will Thorpe, he was known at this time. He'd just come out of Casualty for a long time, but I haven't. I mean, it's been years since I watched
Who's
Casualty.
in this?
Yeah, he's Toby. So I'm not sure what he's done since actually, but he was definitely, straight out of Casualty for this one. Great crew, and also, I mean, obviously you've got Scooty who gets killed quite early on, and I don't know if you noticed, like there was some other couple of people that don't get introduced, but they're there just to get killed later on, who have no
The
life.
security people, yeah.
Yeah, because when at the beginning she's like, and this is this, and this is this person, they're never mentioned at all, like
No.
as part of the crew. Yeah, they're out in the middle of nowhere, black holes. Oh, sorry.
Right.
Yes. Black hole. Okay, so they're out in orbit. They're in the middle of nowhere, trapped. Great
Yeah.
setup. And so, what I understand, there's a black hole. There was like a sort of tube of air that they could get to near the black hole to where this planet is, and it's like a miracle that they're still able to I mean, they've been there long. They've built a whole base on it.
Well, they're on a surface that hasn't been sucked into the black hole. So they've managed to get a rocket to that surface, and for some reason that surface of planet isn't being sucked into it, but everything around them is. And they want to know what is holding that planet. So they're going to the core to find out what is anchoring it and not sending it into a black hole.
Yeah, and you get that bit at the beginning where they all sort of stand around and they explain it all, and it's good that you can sort of see the visuals of that.
There's like a really obvious, the doctor does the chance of that. He does like a calculation, doesn't he? And it's like 666.
Yes, that's our first little hint.
Not a hint, but you don't think I didn't think it was going to be something that obvious, but I did notice that. Yeah. I did think, oh, that's the devil's calculation. Also, just while it's in my head, because otherwise I'll forget, there's no Torchwood reference in the first episode, but there is in the second.
There is, because the captain, Zachary, says...
Where the Torchwood archive.
So, I mean, obviously, Zachary and Ida both survive this, and if you want their further adventures, so there's 2 Torchwood audios with Ida and the Ood, and then Zachary gets his own Torchwood audio as well, which I've not heard, which I'm guessing carry on after this. Yeah. So they must be part of Torchwood in the future. Yeah, I thought you might pick up on that. So the bit at the beginning, though, so the Doctor and Rose are stranded, and then they're like, just sort of part of the crew straight away, which I really like that they're not. It's probably because they're in this impossible situation and the crew are like, how the hell did they get here?
Yeah, yeah.
They're instantly accepted.
Also, they're just straight into a disaster, and the Doctor's got so much knowledge straight away. They're just kind of because they say something like, it took us 2 years to work out that calculation.
Yeah, so they trust him straight away, which is really good because, again, if it was classic, they'd be locked up. And especially in a 2-parter, if there was a 2-parter with a writer that maybe didn't have anything else to do or needed them out of the way, they would be locked up for a bit or something. And I'm really glad we didn't go down that route.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Doctor and Rose bit where they're sitting down? Rose is totally not bothered that she's trapped there with the Doctor forever. She is loving it. She is absolutely
she's very happy, and then they're going to get a mortgage.
Find a planet, get a job, you live a life, same as the rest of the universe.
I'd have to settle down. Get a house or something, a proper house with doors and things, carpets. Me, living in a house. Now that is terrifying.
You'd have to get a mortgage.
No.
Oh, yes.
I'm dying, that's it. I am dying, it is all over.
What about me? I'd have to get one too. I don't know, it could be the same one, we could both... I don't know, share. Oh, no. Whatever.
Yeah, she's very happy about that.
I feel like they've always sort of been close, but this one especially, it's all just ramped up a little bit in terms of, it feels a little bit more romantic in a way. Did you think that?
I wonder if it's because Mickey's gone now, and also just the nature of like, you know, because the TARDIS goes so like the TARDIS is gone, and you look out at space, and it really feels like it's gone. Like I remember thinking, because also there is that whole like it really feels like it is gone, and I remember thinking like, how are they going to get out of like you've got the whole story, but it really does feel like, oh, that is far out gone, you know.
Like, it
So
feels like the most danger for a
yeah,
long time.
yeah, it really does really feel like they are stuck. So maybe it's sort of more that as well.
Yeah, I just felt like they both have a moment, and then when the Doctor's in part 2 later on, is just like, oh, she knows. I just feel, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they're
But I
really,
quite liked that he was like, "Oh, she knows." I liked that they didn't make a thing of him saying anything.
yeah. But I think she's just enjoying it too much still. She's like, until it gets like really bad at the beginning. Oh, we're stuck here forever. That's fine. Like no problem at all. And she's still got a really outdated phone that's not
Yeah,
going to
she
work
did.
out
Well,
there.
it's outdated now. Yeah,
Mm. There's a few little hints. So there's that like devil thing that comes up on the screen, and then just sort of flashes up beyond the
yeah,
captain.
yeah.
So
We
you
had
see a
those
few
hints of
things,
like
and then it really starts to ramp up with Toby.
poor Toby.
I mean, I love that idea where he's looking at the symbols, then he turns his hands round. I
Oh, I
mean,
love that. I thought, do you know, that was such a simple look
yeah,
with the red eyes and all that on his face. It was so simple and effective.
don't you think the voice and the look,
Yeah,
it's going a little bit exorcisty, and I feel like this is really scary stuff for a Saturday night.
yeah, I agree.
Kids,
I
I
agree.
mean, they really did push it. I mean, I'm glad they did because it's definitely a classic moment. You know, that bit where he's been, you know, there's the voice whispering to him. I mean, if I was watching that as a kid, I would be absolutely terrified. Mary Whitehouse would be like shutting the BBC down straight away. Mary Whitehouse
Very
versus
Whitehouse moment.
she would be, oh my God, she would
Not
not.
mentioned Mary Whitehouse for a while, have we?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't. I mean, there's probably many things that she doesn't like throughout this whole. She would have loved last week, the Idiot's Lantern. She would have been absolutely fine with the Idiot's Lantern last
You
week.
think?
She would have loved it. Yeah, nothing scary there. But here, she'd be like, and he turned his hands round, and the symbols were on his face. I mean, what does that do to a child? You know. I mean, she didn't sound like that. I don't know why I made her sound like that.
No.
But no, she would not like it. But I thought it was brilliant. Like, and
It's
you think,
really effective. The music was brilliant. At one point, the music, like, it cuts, it was really effective. Like, really, really effective, the music.
and they build up quite a lot in that beginning. I mean, some people you could say it's a bit slow, but it's building up the atmosphere. It's building up the picture that outside is really unknown and really inhospitable. It's really
Yeah.
dangerous outside. There's no air. There's nothing.
Oh, when he's out there,
So when you see him out there,
oh,
it's built that up.
it is a proper, like, horror moment.
Yeah.
It is a proper horror moment. Seeing it on a Saturday night and he is out there and he turns around and grins at her, it's terrifying.
And poor old Scooty is the first to go, and yeah, like it's a horrible way to go. And then
And
they
then
all,
she's 20 years old. It's really, like, really sets a tone, I think.
yeah, because we've got that mystery, and then you see her being floating up in space, which is a great effect. I think they filmed
Yeah.
her in a water tank and then put her in there. I mean, she's just floating away, and to have everybody to have to look up, whether they're looking
Yeah,
for
but
her.
it's really clever how they've left it open.
Yeah,
I didn't, you know, it's just done really well. It's really well done.
yeah. So then things start to ramp up a little bit from there, and this is when Rose and the Doctor are split up. So the Doctor and Ida go down into the hole.
Yeah.
Well, down the lift first. Meanwhile, we've got all the Ood stuff happening. Oh, they're so sweet. They are so nice. I like it when they blink. Their little eyes blink. They look really
They're
cute.
such a clever design.
They're
They're
really
really
nice.
clever.
So you've got all of that going on, and the stuff, it establishes that they're all telepathic and everything as well. Actually, that scary voice. So the voice of the demon or whatever it is. So that's the guy. That's Gabriel Wolf, who did the voice of Sutek in Periods of Mars / Sutek in the. You have seen the Shugatwa. Sutek episodes. So
Does
that's
it say Sutek?
so that's him. So at the time, there was a lot of fan talk being like, "Oh, it's linked to, Pyramids of Mars. So is it supposed to be the same thing? Is it supposed to be that?" And I think Ross T. Davis, as a fan, would have had input into bringing his voice, because it's such a distinct
It's so iconic, yeah.
voice. That's why they brought him back as Sutek recently as well, and to have him here as well. So that was really nice, because it's still early days for the new series to bring someone, to bring Sutek's voice back or something from the past back into it. So, you don't need to know that. It just happens to, but it's a perfect voice for it. And of course, they're going to use his voice. He's like the coolest. He's got the coolest voice ever.
Yeah.
Real Wolf. So that's really good. I'm just trying to remember how the cliffhanger came up.
I can't remember, because they're so intertwined, those episodes. I actually can't remember. For me, it flowed so seamlessly.
Did you do back to back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually can't remember.
So the Doctor's down there and the whole thing's opening, and you sort of see that view of something. You don't know what it is. There's something coming out of the dark, and then all the Ood are getting taken over and attacking everyone at the top. It's a really good paced episode, but it explains everything. I mean, I don't think this could have been a one-parter. You couldn't have got all of that in. And okay, part 2, as we go into part 2, it slows down a little bit, but I like that we get to know this crew a little bit better than we normally would.
Well, we do get some when the devil tells them all their secrets, like your wife, your mother,
yes,
the virgin.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that script. I bet he was chuffed about
that. Well, also within that bit, we get Rose. He says Rose will die in battle.
And the lost girl, so far away from home. The valiant child who will die in battle so very soon.
Doctor, what does that mean?
Rose, don't listen.
What does it mean?
You will die. And I will live.
Does he?
Did you miss that bit?
I thought he said the lonely girl or something like that.
No, he says...
I missed that bit then.
He basically says you'll die in battle soon, and then Rose is like, "What? What's going on?" And that's all she cares about at that moment. She don't care about anything else going on. She's like, "Hang on, what does he say, Doctor? What does that mean?" And then at the end as well, when they're in the TARDIS, she says, "He said I was going to die in battle," and the Doctor's like, "Nah, whatever." So it's mentioned a couple of times. I'm just saying, hold that thought. We do get a bit philosophical, don't we, in part 2?
Yeah,
there's a lot of time.
That moment where they're the Doctor asks about her religion and stuff like that.
Which I feel like it's nice to slow it down every now and then and have that. Maybe not for the kids watching on a Saturday night, especially
I quite liked it. I liked that. Yeah, but I don't know. I liked that sort of moment of the going in, and they're the moments that I kind of miss sometimes in Doctor Who, where they just get to have those conversations. It made it a bit more real.
And obviously they've got time. They're just hanging around there. They're trapped down there, the Doctor and Ida, and they've got that time just to sit around. I mean, you'd never get that in the Demons with Miss Hawthorne or whatever. They don't really sit around very much there, do they? Because it's called the Satan Pit, and there's all this sort of devil imagery and stuff. It's a good. I found it interesting to watch. I think that's why people like this one, because there's a bit more to it. And I mean, super simple to film. It's literally a black background with David Tennant hanging there for a long time.
Yeah, Ida's a great character, but I really liked it in that moment. And you sort of see the flaws of the characters. You see who the strong ones are and who the real brave ones are. Yeah, I just really liked it. I thought it just made it more interesting as a story.
And it never gives any real answers. And whenever they're asking the Doctor, well, what is it? What does it come from? There's all these different stories.
He doesn't tell them anything.
Well, no one knows.
Because they say, what was it? What did you see? And he never tells them.
No, but then when he goes down, there's those cave paintings.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go into too much background. And what did you think when you saw the Beast thing? What do you think you're going to see?
I just sort of we've had all this before. We've had
Big Demon.
Yeah, what's his name with Miss Hawthorne and all that?
Azar with the tights, yeah.
Yeah. We've had all this before. So I just thought we've seen another demon. Not in a bad way, but we've had demons before.
But I think this is done in a different way where you don't know where it's come. There's no explanation. There's no background. There's no who put him there.
No.
What happened? What this whole thing. It turns out is all set up as a trap for him. That's why the gravity is there. That's why the Doctor was saved. He took a leap of faith and fell down the hole, and it worked out. It gets a little bit complicated in that it's the beast, it's the body, and then it's actually like the mind is up and it's taken over poor old Toby. I feel sorry for him. I mean, again, he's a bit like the Ood, isn't he? It's not his fault.
Toby has a bad time. Toby has a
really bad time. Oh, that's really scary. You know, when they're going through the ventilation shaft, again, very classic.
Oh, that stuff's great. Again, though, that was the one where I think you see their true characters come through. What's his name? The Ood head.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's not too well in there.
No, but then, actually, when the Doctor is away, Rose she is the one telling it. She's like...
That's a good moment for Rose, I think.
She proper steps up and is like, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this.
No, it is a good
Little
Rose moment. It's a moment where she doesn't annoy me too much.
But that bit with Toby where the Ood are after him and then suddenly he's like evil again for a second and then not. So he's like,
that because I genuinely thought it had left him. That was a great moment of like,
that's really good. So
it's
do you think?
Really strong story.
I suppose the only thing, the captain, he's just stuck in a room on his own. But
it's acknowledged. It is acknowledged.
Yeah, they do. But I did always find part 2 a bit slower, I think.
I enjoyed it being a bit slower, I think.
Yeah, no, but I mean, this is this is one to watch back to back in the dark, nice and spooky. Like I say, the music's really great. That's sort of like, it couldn't be like this every week. Like you say, I think we had Idiot's Lantern last week because we were building up to like 2 weeks of like intense, like devil stuff going on.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, you can see why this is like a fan favourite.
Oh, it is. It's really strong. Yeah. It is really strong. I don't have a lot more to say. I knew I was going to struggle talking about it because it's just really strong.
Okay, well,
it's strong. There's not a lot you can say.
Okay,
because they are what they are.
Yeah, I mean, again, I really like it. What do you think about like how? Oh, actually, do you know what I didn't like at the end? It's really green in the TARDIS.
You and the TARDIS being green.
That lighting is just not flattering on anybody. Just switch that green light off.
I don't think it was. We don't see that much of the TARDIS for it to be that much of a issue.
Yeah, but when we do
that's your
see
only issue mark of this episode, I'll take it.
I think it might be. I mean, it's a really good episode. So, would you want to see the Ood again at some point?
Yeah, I enjoyed the Ood.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the Ood. I enjoyed that moment when they realise he's got the things and they're all like, "Whoa!" Like that was great.
So the Ood, I think later on at some point they are supposed to be distant relations of the Sensorites.
Oh, we love the Sensorites.
You know,
I can see because they were fluffy. Yes, I can see.
Because I think they're from the Ood sphere, and obviously the Sensorites from the Sense sphere. There's some mention later on, and so that's really nice. We love the Sensorites. Yeah. Always reminds me of Hawaiian pizza, the Sensorites. So that's nice. These are our new Sensorites. We love these guys.
Yeah, I love the Ood as well. They were cool.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, what do you like in terms of Doctor and Rose stuff? What do you want to see happening next? Or
I don't know. They're just doing what they're doing.
I think it was a bit much with Rose. I think she's a bit much getting by this point.
I found it easier when they're apart.
Yeah, I think it's good that
in this, so it was easier.
I think that was a good thing.
Maybe that's why I found it enjoyable.
Maybe that whole part
like,
2 again.
The majority of this story, they're apart. It's just the very start, and then he agrees to go down the shaft.
They're apart a lot, aren't they? Actually, they were last week as well.
Actually, maybe that's why it's more enjoyable.
Maybe I just couldn't deal with all of them at the beginning. That whole how they were at the beginning.
Last week there just wasn't a lot of Rose. This week there was a lot of both of them, but not together, and that's why it was good for me.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, but I just think it's just that constant like worry or like worrying about. I can't really explain it, but when she's like,
"Oh,
the Doctor,"
you need to have like they need that.
Yeah, I know. I suppose that's all Doctor Who, isn't it? But it just after a while, I think she gets a bit annoying. But anyway, it's just. Did you see the trailer for next week?
Yeah, I can't remember it though. Actually,
okay. Love and Monsters. A controversial one. Let's just say that with Peter Kay.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's how I remember Peter Kay.
I thought I was waiting for you to say that because I knew you'd.
Peter Kay. No, I do remember it.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that Peter Kay? Yes, Peter Kay.
That is Peter Kay. So we'll see how that one goes. Again, tonal shift completely.
Tonal shift.
I thought you would like this one because I don't think there's many people. I wanted to look up where it got in the poll of like all of time Doctor Who. I think it's in the top 20, definitely.
Yeah.
We've met the Ood. So that's a tick. And we'll see you all next week, everyone, for Love and Monsters.
Yeah.
Again, only one episode. Great. And you can follow us on the socials at 2WatchWho and at patreon.com/2WatchWho, where you get a bit of Gallifrey gossip every week as well, extra.
Yeah.
Give us a listen. And we'll see you next week for Love and Monsters.
Bye.
Bye.
To watch who?